like a mental check, with everybody that you work with.
Yeah. It's very important. We live with people. We all come from very different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And you'll never know what has happened to a person that night. And checking on the person, having a conversation with that person, short conversation, does a lot. You can see it from the faces. When you come in, the face is down. By the time you leave the person, the face is up. And so that's one thing I'd say. Yeah, it's special for me.
Speaking of coming from different backgrounds, just tell us a bit about your background. For instance, when did you realize that film directing is for you, and did you perhaps even study for it?
I grew up in a township, a northern coastal of KwaZulu-Natal called Eskawini. Just after I was born in the south coast, which is Kamalake, my father passed on. So my mom had to move back to close to his family, which was Eskawini, which is close to Richards Bay. And that bringing was not so good. At 17, I was kicked out by my stepfather. So I was just staying with whoever would allow me to stay with. And then I ended up working in a cinema as a cleaner.
Okay.
And there was a film that came in and everybody just came out with tears, like lovers were holding each other. And
Yeah.
I want to watch this film that's making people like this. So I went to the cinema and watched it. The film was called Message in a Bottle.
Okay.
Kevin Costner.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Watched that film. Yes, this also hit me. It hit me. It hit me hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what I want to do. And then exactly the same day, I went to a Pick and Pay, bought myself two choir books, and I started writing.
Wow.
I realized that when I was writing, something was, I felt a lift on my shoulders. Didn't know that I was depressed. I lived with depression because nothing was making me happy in life. It was just, every day was just another day. Because grew up in a place where everybody used to tell, how not good looking I am, how dark I am. I used to have insane people. It's like, it was a passion. Even at home, like my stepfather was just constantly bashing. So I had no strength or anything. So writing took me to this world where there was such freedom, where I felt like I belonged. And I said, I'm going to take this. I've got nothing to lose. I'm going to do this as a career, but I didn't know how because I was in Zululand.
Yeah.
Lucky enough, someone came to our school to have a conversation with us. This person helped me to find a school called Fuba. And I was like, I'm going to go there myself. And as I called for directions, they're like, are you mad? It's April. We do auditions here. So that fell away. So I spent every day watching TV programs, writing names down of a TV program. Wow. Back then there was 1023. I'd, with the few coins I'd have, I'd spend it
to call.
So I did that for a year and a half.
Wow.
Calling non-stop.
Okay, I'm here. We're together. Just to continue the conversation with you, since other people are asking questions behind the scenes, we might as well get into it. But I want us to just get into this. We know that it's an actor's job to bring the script to life, right? But how do you support that as a director? And I guess also it comes in with the question that Mo asked, how do you tap into, an actor's head, because you described the scene that you did with Usisili Ndiwe and all of that, so yeah.
So I have stories with this.
I can imagine.
Because of how I grew up. So usually when we dealing, I have to know. Some actors don't need a lot of conversation. You could just say, this is the tone for the scene. We need to do this and this and this and that. But others, because it requires so emotions. Even if it doesn't need so much, you still need to help. Like I and Cindy were extremely close because of how we curate the scene.
Yeah.
When we introduced a family, the Shopper family, we had to find individuality within them. And I had to say to Fufu, imagine Usemlaz, not even Mlaz, but Tabega, in a township, in there. This girl that's loud, you hear her when she's walking that side or she's talking to people on the other side of the streets. In her house. She's at home, but the way she's so loud, you can hear her from there.
Yeah.
The one that just never shuts up. The one that drinks champagne with the beer glass.
Yeah.
Or does know the difference of champagnes, but she would drink them anyway. Yeah. The one with the gold teeth.
Hey.
Wow. The one that will sit on a crate during the day, and at night you'll find her there at a club 47 or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The one that is not left on anything but does not know anything. Please go to Durban. Go chill there. And she did. And what she brought was this brand. Was magical. On her character. She started, people were like, oh, she's so loud, oh my God, oh my God. But then
yeah, I was also those people.
Yeah. But then if you go to Durban, you will find those. And also if you go to any township, you will always find those women that are just unnecessarily loud. And when they dressed, there's skirts that are torn, half net, half something, you know.
Yeah.
Like someone we won't mention that has a lot of money, but it has sense of style.
Okay, yes, I see that person.
Yes. That, you know, just completely that's full for you.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You'd find
but just in a more that I'm rich type of thing, but just in a
The person we're talking about is wealthy.
Yeah.
She's very rich, but a sense of fashion. That's fufu.
Yeah.
You know, and that is exposed. She was working as a waitress, and then met this guy, and not much has changed because she knows she holds him by how she does him.
Exactly.
So she knows she's got power over there. Another example, I'm just trying to think. Well, which other characters that I've had to do stuff with? Yes, Brasho, when we were doing Kings of Joburg, and also when we're doing Rockville. Yeah. And he has to play very different people from that. Yeah. I would come up with a story of some sort so that when I tell that story, because I serve people, I go out alone and just watch human beings how they behave, and just sit there and just analyze. And when you're watching TV, you're always going to find someone that you know.
That's true.
So I would always tell you a story, you know, either a personal experience or a story that I know. So by the time you're going to play that character, it is so on par with what the story needs. Yeah. That when it comes out extremely dope. Like Veronica, when she came in, the very first scene she sat on top of Fuzweg. And because she's crazy, that one. And if a woman is able to leave her child like that, imagine what she does. It's those men, if the car comes in and it stops, but my man's like, hey, Vero. He's like, yeah, guy. Yeah. Okay, I'm coming. Even if she was cooking, she would leave that shit. Yeah. Oh, she would leave that. She would leave whatever.
It's fine.
She would leave whatever she was doing, get in the car, come back a few days later with a new boyfriend. And nothing matters to her. Yeah. So when she arrived for the very first time, Ghana, she's gonna cause havoc. Like, no one wants her, but she doesn't care. You know, it's like, this is home too. This is home. This is expensive alcohol. You know? And there is someone you can relate to who's like that.
That is true. Yeah.
And that's how we were able to build that character. So that's what I do. I tell you a story, or we sit down and find something we can curate. What was it that we want to achieve within that character?
For Wena, basically, the world's a stage for you. Because
The
that's the observing, yeah. The world's a stage for you. Definitely, yeah.
I love human beings.
Yeah.
I love human nature. I think we are the most fascinating species ever. So I like the fact, I don't know how to explain this. Yes, I'm a big guy, but I can go in a room and be unnoticeable and observe. And I'm like, okay, my responsibility is to make people mirror themselves. So I'm going to sit here and watch Breeze talk like this and while they're black. They're by taboo, by the toilet. Just finish this deal, Bree. I'm share it, nice to see all these bankers.
Yeah.
So one day when I get to tell a story like that, or sisters, I'm like, oh my God, and
please don't be around this guy because clearly he's just saying, observing you.
Literally.
Yeah. And then you see her during the day, sometimes there by spa with those big dirty shoes and no makeup. You're like, see. And that's the story itself.
Yeah.
It's like, at night you're like this. During the day you're like this.
Yeah.
It's the story itself. Some people, you're able to dissect them. Like, for example, the loud ladies. And when they cry, or when they break down, or when you hear they've killed themselves, you wonder, how did it happen? But then somehow, when you find a chance to see deep down, you're able to see the person, and that's what I do.
Let's change gears a bit. I did say earlier on that I want to tap into Zolani the Actor. And your character on Rockville got a lot of people talking. A lot of people talking. How did that come about? And as much as you're saying you just want to be known as a film director, do you think there'll be a time where you just like, let me also just go back a bit and
that came about because I really care about the craft. I really wanted to know what does the actor experience when they're in front of the screen and they have to perform.
Yeah.
Because you have to listen to the director and you have to perform something that's alive for people to watch.
Yeah.
And also when I was working with Brasho during season 2 of Rockville, and I was like, why don't you try this one character? And I also just wanted money for drinks. I said, Brasho, please give me this character a little bit. He laughed, and I'm like, big bro, please forgive me because I'm going to be mean.
Yeah.
I wanna flip. He's like, let's go. That's when I did one of the scenes where he was in prison, and I was like, I look for no clever.
Yeah, I saw that.
He cracked. It was on the script.
Yeah.
I was like, how do I this guy?
Yeah.
So it was exciting in that way because I got to experience that you find some actors that are maybe intimidated by the other actor.
That's true.
Or they just don't have in them to carry the scene. Or they're not prepared that day, or they didn't wake up very well at home. And now when the person comes to set, I'm able to assess that and see it. 2, I know how to talk to you as an actor. Like, I know that I have to say a few lines, and that's it.
Yeah.
Or I know that I have to have a long conversation for you to get what I wish to get. And I just think I'm just silly as well.
I think you are too.
just wanted to be on TV and laugh.
Oh man.
I think laughing is amazing medicine.
I mean, for someone that really knows how to talk to actors, and I think I've gotten that so much from our conversation. You know how to sit down people before maybe you shoot your scenes and everything. Have you dabbled into casting directing before?
No, I haven't. This is what I want to do because my future is making films.
Yeah.
Is to have conversations with as many actors as
possible. Okay.
where we just go for lunch and we chat, and I hear how you view life as a person, because my stories are very close to life itself. And I feel the work that we're doing in this country, everybody becomes what the work wants.
The qualities you look for, and also what I also want to know, like, what are things that you don't want to see?
I
think that's also important.
Very important. I'm starting not to like the typecasting that happens in this country. I also don't want to see Instagram. What is that? What are they called?
TikTok.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you'll find some very, very good people.
Yeah.
I don't want to cast people based on the numbers they have on social media,
and also mimicking someone else's lines.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to work with influence.
Yeah.
I'd rather see how much can you push yourself to play the character. Obviously, given the conversations. Because if you're gonna come in and while we're talking, you're like, oh yeah, so yeah, as I was saying,
let's take a snap, by the way, just before we get into this meeting.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Or if you're a gent, you're too cool. Hey, because storytelling is not about you.
Yeah.
I always call it a creative ball that you always have to step in, and once you're done, you've got to close it and keep it very sacred.
Yeah.
So I don't want to work with people that it's about themselves, because it's also not about me. It's about the story that needs to be told. So what I'm looking for is someone that can be a vessel for story.
Absolutely.
You've got to allow yourself to be a vessel to. Okay, you can never control. Some people are arrogant, but once they get to the screen, they give you amazing work. But preferably, someone that's nice.
Someone that's nice.
That's the moment to talk to. You're not gonna fight every 2 seconds, because it slows down the process, and it takes away good energies that is always needed to perform. More than anything, a human being that is willing to be a vessel of the story.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I don't want people that were told that they can act.
Excuse me. Okay. You're a tough one to impress, I guess. Yeah. You're not just blown away by everything that's happening for you. Yeah.
Quality is like
quality.